What is up, everybody? So it seems we've struck a nerve leading up to the launch of the religion business on July 10th. This video today is to address three things. Number one, tithing. Russell, Ruslan, Mike Todd, Stephen Furtick, Taryn Wells, every single pastor that asks their congregation for a 10% tithe. Russell's first point for tithing is it provides for God's house. So my simple question is, what is God's house? Not one of them will be able to answer it biblically, because as soon as they do, the power behind their cultural institution evaporates. Russell made it a point to say, what godly men was this man raised with? The first, my junior high pastor. He became the high school pastor. He was gregarious and loud and goofy, big smile, really lit up the room. Years later, he was being groomed to take over the megachurch that I grew up in. Unfortunately, he is in jail for 14 counts of against a minor. One of the founding members of this megachurch, which started in a strip mall, was the most loving, kind, gentle man I have ever met. He was a true shepherd. He was at the hospital constantly with the sick and dying. He would go on the Marine base and pray with the Marines. He would pray with anyone at any time who needed it. He would give you the biggest bear hugs. He was an absolute legend. He sadly died out of the blue. And very quickly, the church kind of forgot about all of his decades of effort to grow that church and kind of left his family out to dry. When I bought the religionbusiness.com over 15 years ago, there was only one person that would really have a conversation with me, and he was a full-time pastor. A few years later, he ended up leaving the church, starting a home church, and getting a full-time job outside, because he said the message from the pulpit ran in contradiction to the business practices of the institution. The good pastors leave the system eventually because it eats them from the inside out. There's an amazing scholar in the show, and he goes, most Christians have faith in their faith in God, because having faith in God is actually quite dangerous, and it demands things of you that are very uncomfortable. So here's a call right now. It's time for the real, authentic shepherds to step up and take their rightful place and get the wolves out of the pasture. I made trash TV in my 20s. I never denied it. I've actually talked about it on a lot of podcasts, and I met amazing people on that journey. And ironically, on these trash reality shows, we had great conversations about faith and the need for faith. And Russell has forgotten one slide so far. I also camera operated on Temptation Island. Russell, I'm glad you drive a Tesla, man. And I hope you get that Cybertruck that you want, as long as your congregation knows if the church is giving you a car allowance for it, or a clothing allowance for your nice setups that you wear on stage, or if they know that the Pursuit Corporation spent $2.3 million in November of 2022 to buy you a parsonage. Let me say that once more. The Pursuit Corporation, a business entity, purchased a $2.3 million home for Russell in 2022. I could care less about the valuation of the home as long as the congregation who you are asking to give you 10% of their money knows that the corporation, a business, is buying it. That's why the name of the show is The Religion Business. Have a great day, guys. July 10th is coming up quick.